For the entire month of April, we are going to be discussing autism. Autism is a complex disorder that affects people in different ways, making it important to be aware and accepting of those who have it. There is still a lot of change that needs to occur to truly assist those living with autism. With education, understanding, and acceptance, we can make a difference in the lives of those who have autism. So, for the entire month of April, we are going to be sitting down with those who work with individuals with autism, individuals who have autism, and those who are raising children with autism. Stay tuned to Let's Talk, Speak on It. Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Talk, Speak on It. I'm your host, Tamika Cozy, and today we have with us the beautiful Krystle Gore. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Awesome. So I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So can you tell us a little about yourself?
Yes. So again, my name is Krystle Gore. I am a board certified behavior analyst, BCBA for short. I'm a mom of 4. And I am newlywed, so I was recently married.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And just I work with children with special needs, with mainly with autism, but I do kind of dabble into children who have multiple diagnoses.
Okay, so you just mentioned that you work with kids with autism. How long have you been working with kids with autism?
For 8 years, since April of 2014. So we're going on my 9th year this upcoming year.
Hey, congratulations on your 9th year coming up. What made you go into the field?
I really wish I had some really nice, fun, pretty story for that one. But honestly, I always say that I tripped and fell into the field. I actually was applying for a role as a teacher, a teacher's assistant. And what ended up happening was it turned out to be at a special needs school. And from there, it was strictly special needs. And from there, I ended up working with children in the classroom, and then from there I decided I wanted to further my education in doing such, which is kind of what led me into this.
Okay, awesome. And now you mentioned that you were a BCBA, a board certified behavior analyst. So can you, for those who don't know, can you kind of explain what that is? What do you do?
Well, I think that board certified behavior analyst can be very, very broad, but for purposes of what I do specifically is what I do is I assess children's skills and their behavioral concerns, as well as their behavioral strengths and skill strengths, so that we can best determine how we can move forward with helping them.
Okay, awesome. And so you mentioned that you were a mom too. How is it balancing work and then being a parent?
Oh, so I haven't figured that out yet. They kind of run together, So what I'm learning right now is that self-care is important and that transitions are important. Okay. And so I know that if I have a cutoff time for work, that I have to stick to that cutoff time, and making sure that I'm actually there for my children and there for my husband, there for my family. When I say that I'm going to be there, and in the same token, make sure that I'm there for my clients, there for those families that we serve, when we say we're going to be there. So that's as far as I've gotten right now.
Thank you for that. And so now I know that you're not just a BCBA, you also, and a mom, you also have your own company. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Yes. The name of our company is The Piece That Fits, Daycare and ABA Therapy, Inc. I know that is a mouthful, so we just go by The Piece That Fits.
Okay.
We provide childcare for children with special needs. Essentially, we would like for it to become an integrated program. So with that, we accept the siblings of those children with special needs, whether they have a special need or not. So that way we can kind of show other children that, you accept children, people in general, for who they are. You don't have to judge. Everybody is different. Everybody has a role in this puzzle. So yes, I do have a childcare business, and then we also provide in-home ABA therapy, and looking to move into a clinical-based therapy soon.
Awesome, and that's very much needed, especially making sure that we're able to integrate, and so that way the kids who don't have autism can have a better understanding of those who do. So awesome job. What made you want to do that?
Honestly, I just kind of saw that there was a need for it. I have a 9-year-old, she's 9 now, and although she wasn't diagnosed with autism, from birth, I could just kind of tell that there was something different about her, something that was not typical. And people kind of look at her like, she's different. And as she was growing up, people were kind of bullying her a little bit, other kids. And so that was something that I found that over the years, I wanted to change. And in addition, not only wanted to change that, not just working with her to kind of be able to integrate herself into the community, but to work with others to allow that integration. And that was very near and dear to my heart. And I found also, as I continue to have children, I have 2 more that have special needs, and there weren't people who were able to actually like work with them. And I see that a lot going on, that there are people that are not trained to do that. So that kind of pushed me into this, where I really wanted to make a change. Yes.
What does ABA 1-to-1 look like at the piece that fits?
Okay, so for those who don't know, ABA stands for Applied Behavior Analysis. And what that is after that assessment that I just spoke about earlier that we conduct, where we determine the strengths and the areas of growth for the child in question, we come in and we begin to work with that child. So what it looks like is we'll come in, we'll begin to gain rapport with that child first. We're not just going to come in and say, do this. And it's not an instantaneous change. We have to work with that child, grow with that child, get to know that child and that family personally. And then we utilize those things that we know, utilize the tools that we have, and we work with that child. Some is sitting at the table, depending on the kiddo. Some is sitting on the floor. Some is in the community. Some is, it just varies, the settings, the people that they work with. So we usually have 2 people minimum therapists come in to ensure that this child can not only do it with this person, but they can also do it with this person, and they can also do it with mom. Yes. In addition, we provide caregiver training, so that way, as we continue to grow and that child is getting closer to that goal, that parent is able to continually reinforce that child as that child is beginning to transition out of our program. And hopefully what we're looking to do is to get children to become into contact with natural rewards in their community, so that they can continue that behavior in the future independently.
Okay, awesome. I know you just mentioned caregiver training. Can you go over the importance of that caregiver training, making sure that those parents are able to utilize those skills that is being learned in ABA?
Yes. That is absolutely one of the most imperative things that I have ever had to explain to anyone, any parent. It's imperative that you are there for your child, that you're helping utilize these tools and techniques, that we're collaborating alongside you all, along with the parents, because those are the kids that show the most growth. They show the most growth. They show the most sustained growth. You can come back 6 months later and find that they're still doing what you taught them 6 months ago, because you have the parents who are equipped with those tools. They can continue what you were doing and move them further to a life of independence, which is where you really want your children to end up being.
There is someone who's struggling. Their kid has just been newly diagnosed. What would you like to say to them?
That is not the end. It's not the end. Children can be worked with. People can be worked with. And just because they're diagnosed today does not mean they will still qualify for a diagnosis later down the line. We have to remember that diagnostics are qualifying factors, that you don't have to stay in that category. So they don't have to worry about that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Anyone who wants to contact you and reach you, how would they do that?
They would reach us by phone at our office at 708-400-9409, or you can reach us via email at thepiece-that-belongs@gmail.com. And that's PIECE, like piece of pie.
Next up, we have a performance by Wayne Strange.
My arms extend. I have a worldwide wingspan. Not affected or afraid to shake the less fortunate hands. Been vouching my ability to be great off those trying to change the game plan, because if we stay in the same land listening to the same man, we're bound to submit in a guillotine choke that has our breath feels caved in. I'm going to unlock the greatness in my brother's mind. Give him a book that shoots shots at his mental instead of a bullet from a 9. Tell Herb and Dirk to start rapping about how to help me improve my credit or how they started walking a straight line. Tell the generation that you can trust the right crowd instead of someone you calling slime. We're meant to be divine. I will not let them call us a product of our environment. Instead, we will be the outcome of optimism, creating an opportunity for inspiring. Give hope out like it's loose change. Fill my cup up with goals and triumph them. The more vivid decisions we face, we embody courage now. Waking up, letting the world know I am him. The world is absent of security for purity. I've blossomed into a beast in order to protect this type of unity. Chaining me to my culture, no, my shackles will break free from my community. I want people to wear our love, loyalty, and respect like it's $1 million jewelry. My name is Wayne Strange. Thank you for listening. You can follow me on Snapchat and on Facebook. Facebook at Wayne Strange. Snapchat at Wayne C. Strange. Thank you again.
Thank you all for tuning in and joining Let's Talk Speak on It, and special thanks to our guests. April is Autism Awareness and Acceptance. Autism acceptance involves creating environments that are respectful, open, and inclusive of individuals with autism. Let's value their uniqueness and respect their right to communicate, not just in the month of April, but every day.